Hello, my name is Rai, and welcome back to the channel. This is the first video on my newest trading card game called Battle Cores. Alright, let's just go ahead and get into the video. Of course, I'll make a rules video later on, another time. But right now, I just want to get into the new cards and get into all this cool stuff, honestly. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first card for Battle Cores is called Super Potato. Super Potato is a price 2 nature plant type card, well, monster, with 2 power and 1 armor, and the effect, Startup, gain points equal to the number of other active nature cards. Alright, step by step, as I'm sure you're used to if you've seen my SimCG videos. Super Potato is a price 2. Price is basically how many points you need to summon it. Points are your resource, your main resource for this game. They sort of act like Hearthstone's mana, where you start off on your first turn with 1 point, and then the second turn it refreshes with 2, and then on your third turn refreshes with 3, so on and so forth, and it keeps on going. So this is a card that, at the earliest, unless, some shenanigans are done, you're summoning this card on turn 2. The stat system works like Magic the Gathering, just to give you a basic idea, so you know what 2 power, 1 armor means. Anyway, so it is a nature plant type. Each card has 2 different types. The first one being kind of more like an elemental typing, well, elemental along with light and dark. And then the second one is more of like a descriptive of like what it is exactly, whether it's like a plant or a beast or like an alien or a robot, whatever it is. So it is a nature plant type. It is a 2/1, so it's more defensively valuable, but those stats aren't super incredible. They're fine, but they're not great. And the effect being one of the main reasons why you'd run this card by itself, beyond just being another nature plant card, since there is, in the future, especially if you go into the description and check out the official Battle Cores Instagram for all the most up-to-date cards and information about the game. Make sure to check that out, because there's a ton of cards up there, more than I have uploaded on the more than I'll have uploaded on the channel for a while. It'll take me a little bit to catch up. But Super Potato's effect, Startup, gain points equal to the number of other active nature cards. So Startup effects basically activate whenever they're summoned. So if it says Startup, anything in the parentheses happens when you place the card down onto the board. And you get to gain extra points equal to the number of other nature cards. So this card obviously works a lot better with other active nature cards in tandem with it. So summoning it on its own, you're basically just getting a 2/1 plant, like nature plant type, for 2 points, and that's it. But if you have other nature cards, or the opponent has other nature cards, you're gaining extra points, so that's obviously great. That's the gist of the card. Its main use is in tandem with other specific cards, mainly in in these nature-based strategies, using cards like Tree of Vitality to buff it up, as well as stuff like, if I can find the card, Leaf Swordsman to summon it, as well as being another nature type monster to gain points with. And of course, it is probably the best card to summon, the legend card Potato Monarch with, which is an incredible card, currently one of the very best legend cards available. But those are its main use cases. Those are some cards that are currently out that it does well with. And that's Super Potato for you. On its own, it doesn't really do a whole lot, but because of how it interacts with certain other cards, it can make Super Potato actually pretty good, in my opinion. But that's about all for Super Potato. And of course, if you would like to know about some of these other cards that I mentioned, like Tree of Vitality, Potato Monarch, Leaf Swordsman, either wait for the video to come out in the future, or, like I said, check that Instagram. And give it a follow while you're there. Why not? So you can really keep up to date and see whenever new cards come out, which they come out pretty often, more often than SimCG, I'll let you know. Anyway, that's about all from me, and I hope that you all have a blessed day, and fare thee well.